All right, welcome back to the channel. So Shawn Porter slams Conor Benn for calling him out and asks, do you really think that you're ready to fight the best? Dude, you're not. Let's talk about the rising star Conor Benn and the challenge to veteran champion Shawn Porter in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So last weekend, there were two good wins, or very good wins, by two welterweights, Jaron Ennis and Conor Benn. Conor Benn is the guy we're going to talk about in this video, and he beat a man named Samuel Vargas in impressive fashion, first round knockout, and as a result, people in the UK, because he's a British fighter who is the son of Nigel Benn, renowned fighter out of the UK, they believe that he is ready and he is one of the top welterweights ready to go. No, they do not believe that. I'm sorry, I ain't buying it. I said it after the fight, I'm gonna say it now. Conor Benn is not ready. What Conor Benn, all this talk is a way to grow Conor Benn's name in the anticipation that eventually he'll be ready. But as of right now, I'm sorry, I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it at that level. Him being a top welterweight in the UK, I'm buying that. Him being a top welterweight in the United States or in the world, I'm not buying that. Not buying it off of that last performance, and I'm not buying it off the performance before that, because I know full well how people build fighters, and that's what's happening. And so does Shawn Porter. After the fight, people are saying Conor Benn is ready for Shawn Porter. Push the Shawn Porter fight with Conor Benn. Conor Benn will lose to Shawn Porter. It will be an ugly fight in which he gets mugged, roughed up, and sent home, is how I see that. Now, why do I say, and Shawn Porter says the same thing. Shawn Porter's like, come on, man, you really think that you're ready for the top fighters because you knocked out Samuel Vargas and beat Sebastian Formella? Are you serious? Now, why are those two fighters being used? And this is what I'm saying you'll notice in the sport of boxing. Not a bad thing, but you'll notice it. Look at the fighters that Conor Benn just fought. Not just a simple look down at his resume. Samuel Vargas, he did knock out. Conor Benn knocked out Samuel Vargas faster than any of the other three guys that knocked him out. No doubt, right? Knocked him out faster than Virgil Ortiz. Knocked him out faster than, I do believe, Danny Garcia knocked him out. Knocked him out faster than Errol Spence knocked him out. First round knockout, right? So that must mean, hey, he knocked these guys out. He knocked this guy out. The big guys knocked this guy out, so he must be a big guy. No. Here's the problem. Samuel Vargas had already been knocked out 3 times by each of them. So, and he just got beat up and knocked out in his last fight by Virgil Ortiz. Wear and tear happens, dude. And on top of that, I watched that knockout, man. No. I think he's got a better chin than that. I think the first shot that he took that mug and he backed up against the ropes. He did not throw a single solitary punch. He was not really hurt. The reason the fight was stopped is because he wouldn't throw punches back. Because that's what you have to do when you see a fighter standing there taking punches and not punching back. To me, I'm sorry, that didn't sit right with me. It didn't really prove anything about Nigel Benn, even if Samuel Vargas wasn't already a shot fighter and didn't throw the fight. It still wouldn't really mean anything because it was one shot and the guy didn't punch back in 1 round. So you go back, that's nothing like, and Shawn Porter's making this point, that's nothing like going 12 rounds with a guy that you can't knock out, that is wearing on you, that is pushing you, right? That is making you miss, wearing you down. Right? Dude, Samuel Vargas is not a good boxer. He's just not a good boxer. I mean, he's not a world-class boxer. And neither is Sebastian Formella. The fact that Shawn Porter went the distance for Sebastian Formella doesn't mean, and Conor Benn went the distance with him, and that doesn't mean that they're going to have the same result, that they're both equal fighters, because they won't both went the distance with the same guy. Those are the type of arguments that people will actually make in saying, oh, can Conor Benn? No, Conor Ben fought a Colombian guy coming off a knockout loss to Virgil Ortiz. The guy had only fought, he's a Colombian guy that's only fought outside of Canada like two times in his life. You know, so just no. He won the fight, and then he traveled all the way over there to UK to do it, fighting a different time zone and in the UK, where all kind of funny stuff has been happening lately. So I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it. I think that the promotion will get him noticed, but if I look at what a fight between Shawn Porter and Conor Ben, dude, the only hope that Conor Ben has, in my opinion, is if that fight is held over there, it just doesn't have any. I cannot see this guy beating Shawn Porter. Can't see it. He doesn't have tremendous defense. He has very fast hands. He's very quick. He's got nice footwork. He's a good athlete. But he's not the biggest guy in the world. He's just not the biggest guy in the world. Frame doesn't look to be the biggest, strongest guy in the world. And Shawn Porter will cut that ring off on him, and he'll make that fight super ugly. He will maul him. If he's outboxing Shawn Porter will just maul him. If he tries to fight on the inside of it, Shawn Porter will go on the outside. And I'm telling you, I don't even think Conor Ben can outbox Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter outboxed Yordenis Ugas. The guy's and his experience level is so much beyond Conor Ben. Man, this guy has every trick in the book. It just doesn't make sense to me. But if you look at Conor Ben and you put Conor Ben where he belongs in boxing, from what I can see, these are the welterweights, or the guys around welterweight that I think are above Conor Ben. Jaron Ennis, clearly. Crawford, clearly. Jamal James, for sure. Porter, Spence, Manny, Ugas. And if you see who's moving up next, it will be Taylor and Ramirez. So if Conor Ben sneaks into the top 10 of the overall welterweight picture, I'd be surprised, man. Seriously. Seriously surprised. Because honestly, I just miss Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is there too. I don't even think he's the top 10 welterweight, let alone somebody that is going to go in there and beat Shawn Porter off of a win, off of Samuel Vargas and Sebastian Formilla. You can say the same thing about Sebastian Formilla. Sebastian Formilla, I do believe, is German, and I think he might have fought one time, a couple times out of Germany. Maybe the first time was Shawn Porter when he came over here, first time leaving Germany. Second time, he goes to the UK, fights. That's the second time leaving Germany. And Sebastian Formilla is not that great a fighter. But Shawn Porter is going to go to the distance with him because Shawn Porter is not a knockout puncher. That's the only reason he's going the distance with that guy. If he went the distance with that guy and Formilla, and let me put it this way, ain't no way in the world Formilla is going the distance with Errol Spence. I don't believe there's any way that he's going the distance with Terrence Crawford. The difference between the two is just that Shawn Porter does not have the one-punch power to get you out of there like those guys do. But everything that Shawn Porter has, come on, man, that's too much for Conor Ben at this point in his career, or, man, maybe any point in time in his career. He's going to have to show me something else because I see too many of these guys from the UK get puffed up and flop, like Josh Kelly. A year ago, it was Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly. Where's Josh Kelly now? Womp womp. Because he's just not that skilled, dude. You see that a lot coming out of the UK. I know y'all might not like it, but it's the truth. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace.